After a year of attempting to explain my pronouns at work, my boss finally understands what the hell I go by. I know I look like one of those they, thems, and I guess I like kind of am, but like not fully. I identify as agender and I use all pronouns. I don't really care. I'm very apathetic to the whole idea of gender and like whatever. Like I'm just me at the end of the day, and that's all I care about. So I don't care if you call me like she, her, he, him, they, them. As long as I know you're referring to me, I don't care. I have been trying to explain this to my boss because every time that they refer to me, they're like, Fiora over there, she's, I mean, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best to get it right. They, and I'm like, no, like you're correct. I use all pronouns. I literally don't care. And she's like, no, don't make an exception for me. I will attempt to use they. And I'm like, no, you're missing the point. I literally, I could give less of a shit. Finally today, my boss was introducing me to someone and they were like, yes, and this is Fiora. They use all pronouns equally. And I was like, yeah, bitch, you finally got it. And mind you, she's like in her 50s. So like for me, this is like a big win. Like she got it. Like my mom is also in her 50s, but like she's around me all the time. So I gets the explanation nonstop. But it warms my heart when like people get it. Older people, they can learn. They really can.
So I was very surprised last week when a follower commented on one of my videos saying that they were shocked that I did their flag as a flag option on my website, which is the agender flag. They told me it's one of their flags that they can very rarely find on Pride merchandise, so they were very grateful that I did it on my store. So agender typically means being genderless without a gender identity or gender neutral. It is actually one of my business's most popular flag options. This was my first time doing agender on a bracelet and I love how it turned out.
Both like apple cider, but your hair is smelling like fruit punch, and I don't even like you that much. Wait, I do fuck. Call at midnight. Let's
I brought back some takeout, so like, let's get down and pig out.
It's Shredder!
Where?
6 signs you might be agender, featuring messy morning hair. You don't connect with or understand the concept of gender. You feel like you don't have a gender, or your gender is neutral. If you try to fit gendered expectations, you feel like you're performing. Your sense of self feels simply human more than anything else. You feel uncomfortable when someone ascribes gender to you. Or you simply connect to the label agender. Follow for more LGBTQ education.
Oh, you're agender? Well, you know what's on my agenda tonight? Doing your mom.
Pride flag meanings in 30 seconds or less. Agender is an identity to describe someone that entirely lacks a gender or with complete genderlessness. It falls under the non-binary umbrella in which one is not male, female, neutral, or any other gender. They may identify most strongly as just an individual rather than as any given gender. Since it is a lack of gender, some feel it shouldn't be labeled as a gender at all. Others see the label agender as a declaration that they are whole without a gender. Agender people can be of any sexuality and should not be confused with being asexual.
A also stands for agender. Agender generally describes someone who is genderless or has a gender that feels neutral. Those who are agender may also identify with other labels or reject the idea of gender completely, have any preference for pronouns, or totally avoid gendered language, express themselves in any way and be of any sexuality. Most importantly, there's no one way to be agender. While labels have common definitions, your own experience is completely personal and unique.
Those questions were impossible. Address? Date of birth? Who has that stuff memorized? I didn't know what to put for gender.
Agender is a term which can be literally translated as without gender. It can be seen as either a non-binary gender identity or as a statement of not having a gender identity. For this flag, the black and white stripes represent the absence of gender, the gray represents semi-genderlessness, and the green represents non-binary genders.
Isn't it funny how when you're a little kid, you're afraid of what might be in your closet, only to grow up and discover that the only thing in the closet was you?
This week we are looking at the Agender flag. The Agender flag was created in 2014 by Tumblr user SalemX. The black and white stripes represent the absence of gender, the grey stripes represent being semi-genderless, and the green stripe represents non-binary genders. Do you ID as agender? Let me know in the comments.